Hey guys, Chuck House and Mopar. Welcome back. Been a while, I'm sure. Been sick for about a week. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm just starting to hear it now. Yeah, it wasn't the flu. They tell me, I guess it's a virus, man. Whooped my butt. Yeah. In fact, I just got done doing something with that intake over there that you guys are going to see later on in the video. And I had earplugs in because I was grinding on it. And I literally wasn't sure if I had my earplugs out or not. Yeah, stopped up. About a week. Anyway, gotta go do the short, get the motor together. And yeah, get the motor together. Get it together and paint it. I think we're gonna leave it there, probably. I love it when the camera just up and quits on its own. That's not the motor we're pulling out. That's the racing car motor. I think it's the short block is right under there. And hopefully while I'm digging, I might run across my power steering pump brackets and the pulley, because I have conveniently, yeah, misplaced them. All the other smartness that I did. Normally I put the bolts back in here. Well, I'm missing some. Maybe those big ones are it, but I don't think so. Anyway, no, they're not. Sometimes I'm just a genius. Whatever. Okay, let me get this motor out of here. Here, all right. 2470s. One of these is not like the other. How's that Sesame Street go? One of these things is not quite the same. That's 680 horse for the race car. You guys remember that? We dynoed it. I filled it up with antifreeze for the winter. And this guy, he's never had anything in him. I'm going to speculate. How much horsepower do you think we're going to make here? Oh, crap. That's got to stay in. I'm doing these. How much horsepower, boys? We'll see. I got a number in my head. All right. Yeah. I'm going to unwrap this thing and try to get that out and put it on the back here. Okay. You guys remember Jeff? Stop by. Get a look. I haven't seen it for a while. I haven't seen it at all. Well, it's an engine. Short block, huh? Yeah. Now the fun starts. Yeah. I guess he's got her at top dead center on one. Although this feels a little higher here.
Real close.
Well, can't see on my glasses. Anyway, all right, we'll get her pushed over there and start thinking about putting a motor together.
The next day.
Okay, it begins. Torch. Uncle Tony's garage. You guys know Uncle Tony, right? He's done this. A good way to degrease a block was with a torch. And it works. I've got some things in here that might be a problem with getting a lot of heat around there. Now, watch this. Evidently there's moisture in this block. I don't know how much this I'm going to do. Joe does not use a hot tank, which sucks. I didn't know that. Something about the EPA, which surprises me. based on some of the super fun stuff that he engages in over there. But I digress. Anyway, let's see. Watch this. See the liquid coming out. Changing color there. See that? Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm mumbling. I'm gonna do that to some of this. I'll stay away from some places. It can't hurt. That's not hot by any stretch, but I don't want to be softening up any of this Permatex he's got in there or whatever. Let's watch this down here. It's clearly greasy. Yeah, it's warm enough. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll get the oil pan on, oil pump. Okay. All right, did that. I think I'm mostly driving water out, guys. I don't know. Certainly, see how oily this is? Certainly there's oil in there. When this motor, when we get it all buttoned up, I will, before I paint, I'll tape and, work on some of the loose paint. Even when you hot tank them, they don't always play nice. So here's a rotating assembly. It's a 440 source 470, as I've mentioned numerous times. I had Joe put it together. It's got new main cap bolts, and because that's how he rolls, coarse steel, H-beam rods. Should make some decent power. So anyway, I'm going to clean up all this oil, and we're going to get to getting here now. Yeah, I need to get the, I don't necessarily need to put the oil pump on, but he put the 383 together entirely for me, and he said he had to do some clearancing for the windage tray. I don't know where, probably right here for the pickup. So now the next thing, Joe Succi. So I bought, this is a 65 oil pan. 66, they moved the K-frame, so the engine was back 2 inches, I think. You can use a later model engine. This was a 72, but you're going to ding up your pan in the front just to make it fit. That's fine. I've had this pan pickup now from Joe for a while, more than a year. So anyway, there it all is. I think I'll throw the oil pump on and then do the rest. Okay. transmission. Revolting developments. What the hell? God dang it. The stock windage tray won't fit under that stock pan. Kiss my butt. They're both staying up 1.25 inches. Shit. That's probably what Joe talked about needing to trim. Damn it. You know what? I didn't think this would be a problem. Clearly the back of that windage tray needs to be trimmed. Dang it. Boys, I think I'm just taking it out after all that farting around too. All that RTV. Yeah, won't fit. Can you believe that crap? Did they not put windage trays in these 65 cars? Evidently they didn't. And evidently Chuck didn't check. I just thought it was going to be the pickup. Kiss my butt. All right, well, I'm going to unstick all this crap and finish up. Shoot. Well, darn it, for a couple reasons. Number one, I paid money for that stupid windage tray from 440 Source, and those are expensive. And now I don't have a windage tray. Okay, windage, as we know, it's keeping the oil from the pan off of the rod, the rotating assembly, which robs horsepower. Big so what? Had I really looked into this, I would have tried fitting this. I just didn't think that the problem was back here, right? Whatever. Not the biggie, other than I ruined the gasket and ruined the, whatever. So I've gone ahead and Scotch brighted the pan. Next, I'll flip it over, get the heads on. And then I gotta get the rockers and fit this thing for a push rods. And I did get aftermarket rocker shaft. I wasn't going to. I think I'm going to be glad looking at the lift on those, the lobes on that thing. Looks like there's going to be, it would have really made stock valve train, or yeah, noisy. So anyway, yeah, we'll get that back over. I think once I get her all ready for paint, I will, I did the burn thing. I won't do that anymore, but I will get this thing taped up to paint, and then I'll just wire wheel, or at least get this. Some of this stuff is pretty shiny, that one right there, especially the paint's not going to stick long term on that. I have ghosts. Weird. Oh. All right, see you in a minute.
Flashback.
All right, we're going to gasket match the intake manifold. Astute observers will notice that there is no engine sitting here. At least that's where I think I'm going to do it, because I am, I'm sick. Like I think I told you guys, and this is about as, you know what, I wasn't sure I still had these in. This is about as much as I can muster. Yeah, the old ears were fairly plugged. Yeah, it was, it sucks. Anyway, so I've already done this side. So what we do is you lay a gasket on there, and you go ahead and, use some ink and mark it out, grind it off. The weapons today are this, okay, cheap Chinesey, and then I got this over here. I think I must have got these at Harbor Freight once upon a time for maybe the same purpose. But yeah, they're actually doing the damn job. You grind it down with the big auger and then go back and fine tune it with the others. So anyway, let me set you up in a good spot, and you can watch. Okay, I probably don't need to tell you guys the reason why the gasket match, but it's these gaskets that are made in China, stamped out, whatever, are perfect. Absolutely perfect. But you can see where the casting is. These exactly match the heads. So I guess guys will put dye on here, take a scribe. I'm not doing that because I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Can you do it wrong? I suppose it's possible. Stick these in here to kind of locate everything. Wow, this one's really bad. This one's off. I don't know if using these things is what I discovered was there is some slop in here on these. A lot of meat to come out, honestly, right? Now, why? Those of you do know, the air charge is going to come in through here, and you don't want it to create turbulence as it comes in. So we're going to try to match it up as best we can and eliminate some turbulence as it goes around. Keep a laminar flow. Is that the right word? Laminar. Keep it moving around the way you want it. Straight into the cylinders and make some horsepowers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do all of these, and we'll get to grinding, do some music, and yeah, so let's have a look here. That's what I got to grind off up to the line. I take that little Chinese carbide bit and get up there a little ways, and then like I said, use the sandpaper to go the rest of the way. Okay, as much as Chucky's doing, is it better? Yes. Is it perfect? No. Could I do better? Yes. Am I going to keep screwing with it? No. It's better, okay? You could see, I could certainly, there's more work that could be done. I'm happy. I don't care. This was just a, exercise anyway, because, seat of the pants from before to a perfect one, you're going to feel it? Nah, I doubt it. What are you going to gain? 5 horse? 10 maybe? That 10 would be a stretch probably. So anyway, it's just something to do so that I don't have to, do more around here. Anyway, I guess I'll get this video started and go get my short block out of that hole over there. Okay, I forgot about this when I was gasket matching this thing. I take the stuff off, guys. Somebody asked me, why do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I did it when I did the satellite, just to make it look as stock as possible with having a performance intake. That thing, I put this intake on the satellite, but I had done that on that car just to make it as stock looking as possible, because that Edelbrock RPM Performer 383, whatever it was, it's basically an aluminum version of the cast iron deal. So anyway, that's that. Ears are still plugged. Anyway, let's start building an engine.
End of flashback.
Okay, yeah, a few days. Feeling like crap. I actually had my caretaker here with my wife for 3 days, and I worked at that property, Albatross / whatever I bought. Chainsaw and weed eating, whatever. So here we are. I am feeling better. Yeah. So I painted the back side of this, right? Water pump housing, and the underside of there, and I did a poor job. I have gone ahead and scraped off the big runs. Here's the heads. I guess I'm running these for now. I bought these at a swap meet a long time ago. They're big block. I didn't know any better, but this is all me. I did that with paint. Anyway, so there's all that. I'm getting stuff together. I do realize that I'm missing a the coil hole down. I don't know if I even had one on here. So you saw that shorty I did where I'm cleaning the silicone out of all these passages, the orange silicone. I'll stick a plug in there, oil pressure sender. So here we are. So pretty soon here, I'm going to go ahead and chase all the threads, you know, all the threads, and get this thing taped up to paint. Now, once she's taped up, I'm going to go ahead and try to work on some of the, you know, orangeness, you know, get it scuffed at the very least. And I will paint the front here first. And then I'll put the water pump housing on, reduce her down really good. And that's how I'm rolling, because if you got the water pump housing on, it just, you know, you don't paint this. So that's the way I want it. And you're going to be questioning some of my decisions here soon anyway on why I'm painting the way I am, but I don't care. Yeah, so anyway, whatever. Yeah, we'll get to it. All right, let me chase out some threads and go from there. They're all coming out just like you'd expect. Nothing in there. Clean, whistle clean. All right, I actually stepped out on you guys. I already got one head done. That one's done. So one head's on. Had to do a test hit. So I am simply putting a little bit of this oil in here, which I think is 1030 something. Just a little on the threads. They can sit there for a minute. A little bit under the washer. And we'll get a good torque. Is the plan. Okay. All right, everybody. Here we go. Just realized I don't have any cam break-in fluid. That sucks. I'm using chromatic multi-layer steel. So named because there's more than one layer of steel. These will squish to about 50 thousandths. Okay, there's a reason, as I've said before, that I had Joe do this short block. It would have been cute doing a little bit of, you know, video for you guys doing this, but the fact is, when it came to this, these things are a pain in the ass. He knew what I was going to need, and I was going to need to squish it to 50. Okay. So, why are you being like that? The other side wasn't much better. Then it wants to come apart too while you're doing it. Come on, you. Got it. Hammering those in with a hammer, you get a little bit of burr. And yeah, it doesn't like a burr. So let's not dork this up. Let's see here. Let's not drop a bolt in the engine. Neither. Let's see. There we go. Let's drop these in. Snug them up. I've got a speed wrench here somewhere I have had since high school. I have no idea where it's at now. Could have developed feet. All right, snugged up. Amazon. Don't remember what I paid. I had my son take it to work. It's dead on balls accurate. They set them up, so it's good. So Edelbrock with their heads says 40, 55, and 70. So I figured, why not? 440 Source said you could just do 35 and 70. We'll do this. Who cares? All right, one more pass. The beam bar, those old beam bars are actually fairly accurate. You know, I just saw a thing on YouTube about it. So here's 40. There's a 1, 2, 3. All right. All right, you get the idea. Number 4. There's 16 and 17. She's walking on me. All right, my valve covers and gaskets, I might get them stuck on just so they can set up overnight. We'll see. All right, don't those Mickey Thompson valve covers are just the best. I'll be honest though, the best looking Mickey's on any engine or a big block Chevy. Big old son of a guns. So I had to run uptown and get some of these button headed deals. They work well for these, 1/4 by 20. 1 inch long. You know, these are thick. I have the factory bolts for the valve covers, but they, just like I figured, they're not meant for, you know, cast aluminum. So now that I've got these on, and we'll let the yellow bear snot, I should have showed you guys maybe. I just put it around there for the gasket, you know. The yellow bear snot, we'll let that do its thing overnight. And in the meantime, I am going to start taping the engine, and I will tape all along here. Anything that's going to show will get a, you know, I'm going to let it get turquoise engine paint color, and the rest of it, whatever. So yeah, I'll be taping the valley, all that. I have to do something about the this thing here too. So all right.
The next day.
Okay, got everything stuck up. Okay. I'm gonna paint the front because tomorrow I want to put the water pump back on, and I'll paint the engine then. And these are the old valve covers that were on it. I'm not using them, so we'll use them for this for now because I don't want to get any of my other ones, any overspray. So I'll just douche this down here and come back. And the weather. Last night, it was tornadoes. Tonight, snow. So whether you guys think you live in an area where, you know, stick around for the weather, okay, that's kind of an extreme, I would have to say. And stick around, wait, it'll change. That's everywhere in America anyway. So, all right, I'll set it up over here. We'll let you guys watch me spray this because I just want to clean my gun. Yeah, I just always love that. And this is kind of whatever because, you know, the balancer will go over top of it. Okay, let's spray this sucker. Okay, not happy. Got a different Harbor Freight spatter gun that I didn't know I had or didn't remember. She's pretty lumpy. I don't know what the hell. Set up clearly. I've sprayed this Bill Hurst before, and it went on like butter. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's blowing chunks. Let me dump some acetone in here. Yeah, you guys can't see too well, I don't think. Yeah, that seems to have helped a little. Trying to beat the rain. Live with that for now.
The next day.
There I am. Guys, I'm feeling a whole lot better. I was just looking at the clips because I haven't looked at them since I did them a while ago. Yeah, so I struggle with the windage tray. You know that by now, but I didn't know that I just had a whole bunch of clips with no sound, which is my plan. And I throw some music in there, a little snappy music. So let's take a look here. I have come out. This is still tacky. I don't know if putting acetone, I lost some clips, guys. I lost one I was talking about. You saw me chasing out the, you know, bunch of majiggers with the thread chaser, okay? And I had a lot of orange silicone. I think I'm gonna throw that little bitty clip in there about that. Don't know yet. So, yeah, the acetone thinned this down. I've done this before. It was not a problem, just right out of the can. clearly was this time. I got a little nuts. I did the pan. Fortunately, I didn't wipe everything down. The block's all been wiped down with cleaner. I don't think I got the deal. I was gonna scuff up some of the shinier paint, hoping it would stick. I forgot. I didn't want to waste what I had in the deal. Yeah, those are tacky. And my Harbor Freight spatter gun, I didn't even clean the one. It was the one that was running all over my hands anyway. So what I'm gonna do now is get this stuff out of here. I don't have any spark plugs, so I'm gonna have to stick something in those holes because the rest of this is gonna get painted. Those valve covers are gonna come off, and I will go ahead and just tape off the rockers the rockers, you know, the upper assembly there, and we'll spray this whole thing. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it, simply because I'm out of time. Being sick, I wasn't able to be further ahead. I want to put the balancer on and my power steering pump, and I have a couple pulleys. You just saw those silver ones back there. Those were Steve's off his Super B with power steering. I'm going to do that, and yeah, I think we're just going to get her sprayed up. I still got to get this dipstick tube in. These don't like going in, and then it's supposed to be right there. I don't know, man. This is supposed to be for my car. It's supposed to go down and then ultimately be right there, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I might fight that for a minute here. I really should be spraying that while I do the rest of the car. I actually had to roll the heat. Yeah, I'm in a sweatshirt. It got cold chilly out. No snow. But yeah, so let me do this and I'll catch up with you guys. Oh, I figured we're doing a video. We might as well do an update. So I ground this off. Okay, you know, hammered her back around again a bit, and I used some of these to go on here and get, with my knee, get a little bend. So I have something that I think is going to work. This tubing is remarkably resilient. Ultimately, this thing will probably have to get monkeyed with to make it work, and I'll weld this back on. Now, guys, I wish you can see down there, right? These are a booger to get on, and I don't have a technique because you can't really hammer with a chisel on these. You'll ding that up. I guess you just got to get it in as best you can, and that's going to be that. I don't know. I'll certainly put some grease on. Maybe squirt her up a little bit, but once you start, you're started, you know. I don't know the solution. I do have a fairly flat chisel, but I know what that's going to do. What I need is something that can go around there, that I can wham on that, but I don't have anything like that. So, all right, well, I'm going to do this, and I'll get back to you, I reckon. Okay. They have a solution. I called my Drew, you know, the car painter, and he suggested this. I think it might work. I still got almost an inch before it's completely in. Let's see here, boys. If it doesn't go all the way in, it's not the worst thing, because just remark your dipstick. Right? Would be really cool if I broke that off. Yeah. You can see how you beat the P out of this flange. It's just made out of this. It'd be working. All right, boys, that booger ain't gonna leak. Now let me see if I can bend this thing. I mean, bend it, like kink it. And we gotta get this guy back in this neighborhood. I think it was like this. Yeah, Daddy'd be happy. Oh, Chucky, you'd be happy, boy. Let's take this off first, eh? All right. Fixed it. I don't even think I need to grind that. Hopefully the top one burned in. Oh well. Yeah. These things have amazingly long freaking dipsticks on them. I don't know what the hell the purpose was. Let me grab it. I don't know why they're so freaking long. So now it's almost all the way in. Okay. I don't know if that focused or not. So ultimately, I'll put the oil in and mark the dipstick, you know. All right, boys, let me get to getting. I gotta tape up, mask off, wipe off. I did see I had orange fish eyes down there, big deal. Oil pan, and yeah, we'll do that. I'll show you. See you in a minute. Okay, I think we're about ready. Now, you're wondering, why would you go to that much trouble? Because I want it the way I want it. I just want it the way I want it. Now, of course, certainly when this motor got sprayed, the first time, everything was together, intake, exhaust manifolds got sprayed, various things like the distributor, carburetor were not on there. I'm doing it the way I want. Now, I'm putting this back on loosely. This is a 440 source high volume water pump. I had it on the satellite. I don't know that it is does any better or not. I ultimately got a different radiator for that car. I'm putting this on now so that I can mock this up later after I'm done showing you guys painting, and then I will yeah, for my pulleys and whatnot. So I think I might tighten that water pump all the way. I got the water neck that needs to go on and get sprayed as well. Guess what? Yeah, quit on me again. Where was I? Anyway, so I'm going to spray this. We'll wrap this video up. I'm going to have to mix some acetone with my paint with a Bill Hirsch and go from there. Now, why didn't I use those steel valve covers? Well, number one, gaskets are cheaper or more expensive than even just this painter's tape. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I got everything. Of course, these plugs, I ought to stick something in there at least. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Anyway, I'll see you guys out there where I'm ready to shoot. Okay, boys, I made a test hit. I think I got her where I want her. Let me set you up outside, somewhere where I'm not going to get paint splatter all over my camera. And we'll squirt this down. So I'm going to get it twice. Douche her down here the first time. Go in the house for a minute, then I will be back out here spraying it again. Okay. Yeah, I was a little concerned this stuff about the acetone not playing well, but honestly it tacked up just fine. So here we go. And no, I don't care if I get any down there either. Clearly. All right, we're calling that good enough for right now. We'll roll her back in, let her stay warm, and show you the final product. Let's see how long this battery will last. But, real happy. There's plenty of lint and everything. Yeah, whatever. It is cast iron. Yeah, plenty of lint. Yeah, there she is, boys. Well, clearly I didn't take off these. I got to get them off the tape. Yeah, but that's it. Very happy. Glad it's over. I got a lot more things going on that I'm certainly going to be glad it's over with. But yeah, it had to use acetone to reduce it. Not the worst thing. Unexpected. I know I didn't use it before. Guns all cleaned up over there. This place is a disaster. So what's next? I am gonna get the balancer in. This is at top dead center on one. I'm really curious to see how close this is to where it really is, right? And those pulleys, I'll get the pulleys on. I'll get my power steering pump on, see if everything aligns. More about that later, and pump size. I did forget to do the screws here. In fact, I don't know where they are. I think they're over there. So what, right? Yeah, guys, very happy. Dipstick, win. It abnormally long. What's that, the third time this thing's quit on me? One more, I'm just gonna have to redo this whole thing. I got 31%. Anyway, so yeah, the dipstick win, huge dipsticks. I suspect this might have to eventually go up. Don't know. Gonna use this quick fuel 750 brawler. It's the closest thing, black, you know, that doesn't show a whole bunch of, you know, like aftermarket. You can see where I did my deal, took the Edelbrock, all that crap off. I like this car because I have the brackets for the coil. Now I'm looking at it. Coil's clearly gonna, I don't know what I did on the other car. I'll have to look. Not a big deal. But yeah, there she is, done and done. Anyway, guys, yeah, it'll be a couple weeks because the next one's gonna be, I gotta put the rocker arms on and measure the push rods, and then we'll dyno it. I'm gonna do that in the morning when this tacks up a little bit, and hopefully drop those push rods off at Don's tomorrow. I'm looking around here wondering why I did this here, didn't paint that. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I dropped the push rod checker off at Don's. We're gonna do 5/16, 100,000th wall, probably hollow. Yeah. It'll oil through the rocker and also through the push rod on this one. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming along and bearing with me. Yeah, it'll be a couple weeks. I got to get this thing squared away and on its way to getting checked out. Front end, yeah, everything else. Thanks for coming along. See you next time.